Hello and welcome back, guys. This is Mohammed Arslan, and in the previous lecture of C language we studied that how to use printf and how to make output in C language. And in today's lecture we are going to learn scanf. It's also a built-in method which is used to take input from the user, and it's lecture number 6. So let's start. Taking inputs. Integer, like I'm declaring a variable here, it's integer, test integer, and printf, enter a number. I'm sending a command that enter a number, and scanf, and I'm using here %d and sign, and I'm using a and sign and test integer. It means that how am I getting the value of the test integer in integer variable. So to understand this, here we have used %d format specifier inside the scanf function to take input from the user. When the user enters an integer, it is stored in the test integer variable. Notice that we have used and integer and test integer inside scanf. It is because and test integer gets the address of the test integer, and the value entered by the user is stored in that address. Like, as I have declared the variable integer here, which names is test, and I am using that variable in my scanf function as I was doing in the printf function, but the main and primary difference is here that I am using and symbol and sign to giving the address of that variable so that I can store the value in it. Okay, and with all kind of data types variable we are going to use and to store value in addresses. So let's have a demo of it. Here I have already written some code which includes libraries and main function, and I'm going to declare a variable. It is be called test integer as it was in the example, which is blank, and I'm giving a command that printf, and I'm sending the instruction here enter a number. Okay, and after the terminator I'm using a scanf function. It's a scanf quotations %d as it was in the printf function while printing the variable. This time we are getting the input in the variable, comma and symbol, and I'm using test integer like this. So by this we are going to get the value in our variable. So let's press F1. F11. We don't have any error. Zoom it out and let's enter a number 25. It successfully received the number, but if I have not mentioned there what I am taking and what I am printing, so if I did not print, so let's have a demo after printing as well. So I'm giving the command printf, and I'm saying you entered, okay, %d, and I'm writing here test integer. First in that line I am giving the command that you should enter the number. I am taking the input with the help of a scanf method, and I am printing it back again with the help of printf method. So let's have a demo. F11. It is saying enter a number. I am entering the number 25, and as I enter it is going to print that I enter 25. So let's try once again. 365, and it is printing 365. So it means it is quite good. So now move back. As if we have learned that how to take input in integer, so the same scenario you can do with the float, with double, and with all as well. So you just need to place the variable with the and sign, then you can get the input in this. And what if we want to take multiple inputs? Here is how we can use scanf for input in multiple variables. So I'm declaring integer number 1 and float number 2 is equal to 2.5. It's just a dummy example, and have a demo of it, that how we are going to do this. Okay, first I'm removing that code. I'm declaring a variable integer number 1, which is blank, and other is float number 2, which is also blank. Okay, and here I'm saying is scanf %d means first I'm getting the integer, %f, then I'm getting float, comma, and number 1 for integer, and number 2 for float. F11. It's asking me the number. I'm first entering 25 and then 3.5. It means it's okay. So let's see what we are printing. If we talk about printing these variables, so we are going to use printf, and I'm saying integer is equal %d and float is equal %f, comma, I'm writing number 1 and then number 2. We have discussed in the previous lecture that how to print multiple values or multiple variables with one printf function. So printf F11, it's asking me integer, it's 25, it's asking me float, then 25.5, and it's printing them as well. So you can see that how successfully the program is running. So after completing this, in today's lecture we have completed the task what we had to do. So in this lecture we learned that how to take multiple input into variables, and in that lecture we also learned that how to take input in integer, float, and another kind of variables or other kind of data types. So if you have any question, if you have any query, then you can write me. Thank you very much. Have a good day.